as I teach this across the world, this is what I tell audiences, it's almost as though you learn another language. You know, we speak English, and we speak French, and we speak Spanish, we speak German. Think of all the languages we may have in here. Why not learn to speak this thing called body language? And what I'm going to give you today, I'm going to give you American body language. I still teach at the University of Houston, and of course we have classes on all the different cultures, because every nationality moves their hands a bit differently, but I'm going to give you basic American body language so that in your next conversations you have others figured out before they figure you out. 55% of our communication is nonverbal, 38% of our communication is voice inflection, and only 7% of our communication in front of each other comes from the words that we say. I will get you into this relatively gently. Many days I sit in the courtroom and then I watch people do this. You know, they will raise their right hand and then they say, I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I have gone to where I watch the way that they lift their hand and I can tell you if they're going to tell us the truth or not. So just as an experiment on this Wednesday afternoon, because you raise your right hand, let's just pretend that we would be in the courtroom getting ready to say, I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you're kind of relaxed right now. If you would actually be on that witness stand, just show me how you would have your hand. If you actually be there, if you think about being there, then I want you to put your hand up, and the key thing is this, I just need you to freeze your hand. Because I will tell you a few things that I see, just keep it up for a minute. And some of you may not like sitting by some of the people you're sitting by when I tell you this. And some of you may not like hearing some of the things that you hear, but you must keep your hand frozen so that you can understand how you were feeling when I asked you to get out of your comfort zone. In the courtroom, we look for 5 things. Some of you are exactly this way. Notice how wide apart my fingers are and how rigid my hand is. I will tell you what this says about your personality. Some of you have your hand up and your fingers are really tight together, so I'm going to tell you what that says about you. I notice that some of you bend your fingers forward just a bit, so I'll tell you what that even says about you. I see a couple of people with 2 fingers together and 2 fingers apart. I am worried about you. When someone is this way in the courtroom, it signifies that they are terrified and they will tell us the whole truth. So if ever you need to go just this way. Second one, though, is equally as good. My hand was up, but my fingers were tight together. This is a good one. It is labeled an analytical honesty. This person will tell us the truth, but we will have to pull it out of them. And the third, when my fingers were bent forward, do you know that anytime the fingers are bent when someone takes the stand, it indicates to us that this person will try to lie to us. So you may want to check on your neighbors. In the fourth one, I had 2 fingers together and 2 fingers apart. But think about what if you saw someone doing this, you'd know exactly what's going on, because when fingers are wide apart, that's a readily type of honesty. When fingers are tight together, it's an analytical honesty. So this person gives us pretty much both types of responses. And then lastly, I bent my hand backwards this way. When someone bends the hand backwards in the courtroom, it says that they will try to bend over backwards to get you to believe them, but will be typically telling you a lie. I want to talk about honesty and dishonesty. So I'll give you a few gestures that always will indicate when someone's nervous about a statement they just made and probably not telling you the truth, and then I'll give you something that indicate that someone's being honest. So there are just certain motions that people do. When they're nervous, it comes from the right side of the brain, sending that message to the left hand, really. But there are certain things that people do with their hands when they lie. There are certain things that people do with their eyes when they're lying. There are certain things that happen to a person's voice when they're lying also. Because those of you who have children in here, how do you first tell if your children are being dishonest? What's the first thing you look at in your children? What's the very first thing? It's going to be the eyes, because eyes tell so much about a person. They're the windows of the soul. And of course, in the courtroom, that's the very first thing that we're going to look at is what they're doing with their eyes and how much eye contact they're giving us. We're also going to listen to their voice really carefully, because a voice does a certain thing when people lie, and a voice does a certain thing when people tell the truth. But the biggest indicators of deception are some typical hand motions that people do. So I want to talk about eyes. I'm going to teach you how to listen to someone's voice, even on the phone, and then I'll show you what the hand motions are. But you are correct, because eyes say so much about a person. I know that you would never trust someone's story if their eyes did not meet yours. I mean, we were just trained, and our moms always said, you look at me when I'm talking with you, did she not? This is confidence. This is always going to be confidence, but I'm sure you watch people walk around your office doing this. This is not a good gesture, because the higher up on the arm the person holds, it's as though they're thinking to themselves, I disagree so badly with what you're saying, but I'm holding myself back from punching you.